Hey friends, Sleepy here, and welcome to a new episode of my weekly playlist series. It's Friday, so it's time for me to let you guys know about the games I've been playing during the week. I'll let you guys know my opinions and thoughts on the games, whether I think you guys should check them out or not. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts on the games I shared with you today, whether you've played them before. I'd also like to hear about the games you guys are currently playing, as that gives me ideas of new games to play and experience. You guys have been awesome with sharing with me each week the games you play. You guys have got me interested in a lot of games. And if you guys have a recommendation on a game you think I might enjoy playing, let me know. I'm always looking for more recommendations. You guys have recommended some really good games. Got a huge list of games to eventually play that I either own or I need to buy, thanks to your guys' recommendations. So keep those coming. I got more Xbox Series X games to share with you guys again. I know that's been kind of a trend this year, is ever since I got my Xbox Series X, I've been almost exclusively playing on my Xbox Series X. I just can't get enough of the console. I absolutely love it. It's an absolute powerhouse of a 9th gen console, and I've been playing a lot of games, and I've got two more to share with you guys this week. The first one here is one that's continuing from last week that I actually finally beat, and that was the Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition, which I love Bulletstorm. I played on Xbox 360 but never beat it. I have now finally beat it here on my Xbox Series X. It's awesome. You play as Grayson Hunt, so it says, step into the boots of Grayson Hunt. After a crash landing on an abandoned resort planet forces him to make a hard choice, survival or revenge. An exiled member of the elite assassin group Dead Echo, Grayson's reckless desire for vengeance finds his crew stranded on Stegea, where he can finally confront the commander behind his betrayal or get his team off the planet alive. And this comes with the Gun Sonata add-on, Blood Symphony add-on, and new content and stuff, plus updated visuals and stuff. It's also really neat is when I bought this game used, it actually came with Duke Nukem Bulletstorm Tour DLC, which was not used, and I did not know that for this full clip edition, they actually added Duke Nukem into the game. He's fully voiced, and you get to play the whole campaign as Duke Nukem, so I beat the game as Duke Nukem. I got most of the collectibles, but there were some I missed, and I do plan to replay the game now as the actual Grayson character and mop up all the stuff that I missed. There's also different difficulty levels. I just played it on normal. Absolutely awesome. So let's take a look at Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition. Hey guys, we're taking another look at Bulletstorm, the Full Clip Edition. This is an awesome first-person shooter that I highly recommend you guys pick up. Now this is actually a port and upgraded version of the original Bulletstorm that was released on Xbox 360 and PS3. This one came out in 2017 for Xbox One and PlayStation 4 and the PC, and I had completely forgot that that this version was created. I happened to see a few weeks ago in a buddy's video that he had this Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition. That reminded me that, oh yeah, that game came out and I never picked it up. So last week I went to one of my local game stores and they happened to have a copy for only $10, which is awesome. Now this definitive edition has all the extra content that was added to the 360 version, and it's all on the disc. And I did not know that they had this really cool Duke Nukem DLC where you can actually play the game as Duke Nukem.
It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum.
And what's really was cool was that I found out that that Duke Nukem DLC content was actually pre-order bonus for people who pre-ordered the game. Now you can get the content without having it been pre-ordered, but it'll cost you $4.99, so $5. However, the copy that I bought used had the code included, and it was actually not redeemed, so I was able to redeem it for free. So I got the extra Duke Nukem DLC for free, which is amazing. So you get to play the campaign as Duke Nukem, and it's fully voiced with Duke's voice. Really fun game. I'm working towards beating this one here, and I'm hoping to have it beat here by the end of this week, as I got to play it a little bit last week and got to Act 4. Been a really fun experience. The graphics are pretty damn amazing in 4K, and it does have auto HDR since I'm playing it on the Xbox Series X. And you do have a huge variety of weapons to unlock, and you also have these drop kits, which this game does have a unique upgrade system where you actually earn upgrade points by killing enemies and having different ways to kill enemies through these things called skill shots. And the different skill shots will actually earn you different amounts of points. And if you have a check mark, it's the skill shot I've unlocked. If it's blue, it tells me how to do those. And then you have various weapon-specific skill shots. So there's a variety of weapons too, where I have this Peacemaker carbine, I have a Screamer weapon, this flail gun, which is pretty sweet, the Bone Duster, which is a shotgun, and then I've also unlocked this Headhunter sniper rifle, which is really sweet as it shoots bullets that you can then control the bullets as you're trying to target enemies and stuff. And there's a couple more weapons that I have not unlocked yet in the game, but as you play through the story, you unlock new stuff, which is cool. And then in here is where you can actually buy upgrades. You can buy ammo when you need to, and it'll show you what different upgrades you have on the various weapons, which is cool. You can have up to 3 at a time. So I can unlock this thing here. You can upgrade its capacity, which is great. So a really unique way for a first-person shooter. I also have this really cool leash weapon that you unlock at the very beginning of the game, which you can actually use to pull enemies towards you, and it'll put them into like a slow motion type move where you can then kill them in unique ways.
Yeah, you know fight.
I thought you said.
See? Even the worst shit has use.
Yeah, make shit lemonade.
Another thing I really love about this game is how over the top the gore and blood is. The game even warns you before you play that you can actually turn the gore down. But it warns you that this game is full of gallons and gallons of blood.
Open the gate.
And that's also funny is when you play as the Duke Nukem mode, it tells you that the game is full of all kinds of swearing and stuff, and you actually can't turn off the mature content. If you play the regular campaign as Gray, you can actually turn the swearing down if you want to, which I don't know why you want to, but you do have that option.
What happy horseshit was that?
Dicker's Palace dinner. We gotta move.
We're not leaving till I see a
You're
body.
gonna see 2 bodies if you stick around here, Chromag.
As if these punks could kill me. This thing's trying to tell me something. Looks like that sexy robot isn't dead. Goddamn, he's underground and moving fast.
Come on. Must be taking him to its nest.
Suddenly the babe is a botanist.
I just love all the one-liners that Duke Nukem has. He just fits so well into this world, too. And what's funny is he even acknowledges when you play as him that he actually doesn't belong in this game, and he doesn't know why the hell he's here. And everybody will call him Gray, but he's like, no, I'm Duke. So it's a fun experience. You definitely have got to play this game, especially if you have the 9th gen consoles. It's amazing.
I'll give you a mouthful of love, punk.
Sure your gun's big enough.
Size doesn't matter. All in how you use it.
Sure, you go on believing that.
Get the lead out. Ishi's on short time. Ishi's not moving.
And not moving is what people do when they're dead.
Well, thanks for the optimism.
So I just wanted to give you guys a little taste of the combat and the game. There's all kinds of different abilities you can unlock. Environment you can use to your advantage. Like if you're up really high, you can kick guys off of platforms and stuff. You can throw them into spike walls. You can throw them into all kinds of places. There's also various things, collectibles to find and destroy, like these little like these electric fireflies. There's actually a thing for destroying all the groups in the game. So there's 10 of the 21 swarms. So there's also collectibles and stuff. As there was a strategy guide released for this game, which I do have, but I gotta actually find where it is I plan to beat this game as Duke Nukem, and then I'm gonna replay it as the main character, Grayson, and then go back and mop up all the missing collectibles and stuff and achievements that I missed. But a really fun game that I definitely recommend you guys check out. If you've never played Bulletstorm, definitely get the Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition, and I would recommend buying the Duke Nukem DLC, as you get to play as Duke Nukem through the campaign, fully voiced, and he fits the game really well. Hope you guys enjoyed this look. I hope you guys enjoyed that look at Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition. Awesome game. I beat it, had a lot of fun with it. I can't wait to play some more of it. There were some amazing epic boss battles in it. There's some parts where you're flying in a helicopter. Just tons of weapons to choose from. Being able to lift enemies up in the air, slam them down. I mean, it just was a very fun first-person shooter. Super bloody and gory. Definitely not a politically correct game at all. Wasn't afraid to offend people. Awesome game. Highly recommend Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition. And next up, we're going to talk about a game that I just picked up from Gamefly, and that's a game called Like a Dragon Ishin. Really cool. Draw your blade and join the revolution. Take up the sword as Sakamoto Ryoma in his search for justice, and take part in a battle that will bring an end to the samurai era and forever change the future of Japan. Go wild with 4 gun and sword combo styles and take down your enemies with legendary battle moves. So let's take a look at Like a Dragon Ishin. Hey friends, Sleepy here. Today we're taking a look at Like a Dragon Ishin. This is a really cool game in the Yakuza series. It's actually an unreleased game in the Yakuza series that we never got here in the West. It was released back in the day on the PlayStation 3 and was only in Japan. They recently remastered it this year and released it on multiple consoles, and we finally got it here in the West. It got a whole overhaul, updated visuals and graphics. They changed character models and stuff, so all the characters and people that you know from the original Yakuza series are in this. However, they are different characters. I had played the demo of this and absolutely loved the game. I'm a huge fan of the Yakuza series, and I had to have this one in my collection. So glad that I was able to get it used from GameFly. I got it for under $30, which is great because it goes for $60. And then I was able to buy the DLC add-on for $12.99. Now, there was some controversy with the DLC, however. People were really upset that all of the extra costumes and stuff that you can normally unlock in a game were hidden behind DLC, which it was $12.99 to get everything and got you weapons and stuff. There was a little other controversy with it where there's actually in-game resources that you can buy, and you can keep buying them over and over, and that really upset people as far as microtransaction goes. But they're not actually needed at all, but there is that issue that people had with the game. So let's check it out. And I currently got a little over 6 hours playing through this, and I've completed less than 4% of the game because there's just so much to do in these worlds. Really cool. So let's check it out. So the game does look pretty damn good in 4K on my Xbox Series X here, which you can see the beautiful water. The character models are pretty damn good. The main character, Sakamoto, looks like they use the same model of Kiryu from the main Yakuza series. Now, normally, this is obviously not time period, like appropriate, having a suit and stuff on. Normally, he would be wearing a kimono and stuff. But I actually have one of the DLC skins on, which is the Dragon of Dojima skin, which you can make him look like from the Yakuza series, which I currently have on, which is pretty cool. There's all kinds of options you can tweak too that I love. Like you could change the text, which I changed it to red, and then I have the names in yellow. And I love having that customization there. And just like with the other in the world of Yakuza, they're not an open world. There's open world areas, like I can explore this city here, and there's different shops you can visit that you can go into. I can go to this eatery and I can eat. You can go shopping at a pharmacy. You've got a grocer. You can buy grocery items. You can buy fish at a fish market. There's dojos you can visit where you can actually learn and improve your character, which is pretty cool. There's all kinds of side stories and stuff you can get into, which is neat. And then in these little worlds, these areas, you can explore and you run into random battles to level up because there's RPG elements in these games. And you just ran into random people. And what I really like is how you discover the side stories is literally just walking by. Let's say there was an example of one I literally just completed a few minutes ago, where I was walking by and this guy was like upset, and I went to talk to him, hey dude, what's wrong? And he's like, I'm supposed to be fishing and I'm really bad at it, and my wife's gonna leave me if I don't get some fish and stuff. And after talking to him a little bit, you say, hey, I can help you out, dude. And you actually can play a fishing mini game. And I caught some fish for the guy, gave it to him, and he was so happy he gave it to his wife. And now I completed that side story. So I like that, where you just randomly can be exploring and get involved in a mission. So it's really cool. You just never know what you're going to get, and that's why you pay to just walk around and discover. And there is an inventory system. Let me get into the main menu here. And you have different inventory stuff for your healing items and stuff, and you have things you can sell and use. You have produce and stuff, your seafood, or the different fish that I've caught, and then materials you can use for upgrading your weapons and stuff. And then you have valuables, which are like quest items and stuff will be in here. You have your equipment, where you can equip different kinds of weapons. Since I have DLC stuff, I have some of the DLC weapons, which is great. There's guns in the game, so you have have pistols and rifles and stuff. Since this takes place in the late 1800s with samurais and stuff, so it's pretty cool. And then you have different ammunition you can get. You can also unlock some special weapons, which I unlocked a cannon weapon. And this Japanese sword, which I can't equip yet because I have to have the abilities for it. Then you also can get headpieces, breastplate, and gauntlets. So you do have some armor to wear. And you can smith stuff. You have your abilities, which I'm currently level 18. And just like the other Yakuza games, you know, you have 4 different fighting styles. So I have like a brawler. I've got the wild dancer where I actually use a sword and a gun. I have one where I just use a gun. And then I have one where I just use a sword. And what's cool about this one is you have different orbs that you unlock for leveling up. Like you have special blue ones that are only for swords. Well, the more you use your sword, the more points and style stuff you earn, and you become better at it. Well, you also have default ones called training orbs, which you can then use and put in anything. However, I could take one of my training orbs here and swap it with one of the blue ones I unlocked. Now I have that training orb back, and I can use it into a different one. And you can improve with different like moves and techniques. You can increase your health and stuff, and it's all by putting in different training orbs into your various abilities. And it just depends on your own fighting. So I like to level up all of it because I like to mix it up because the different people you run into, enemies and bosses and stuff, have different tactics, and you have to change up your tactics to battle them. You also have letters you eventually get through, your diligent records, which keeps track of like all your side stuff you're doing. Another Life, there's like a whole other game mode where you can do farming and other kinds of little stuff. Here's the sub-stories, which I've done 5 of the side missions so far, which is 6% of those complete. And then your overall completion list of all the sub-stories, mini-games you've done, Another Life, meals you've made, heat actions, masters, the trainers that you run into, wanted men you can eventually go after, battle dungeons, arena stuff. Then you have your archives, your notebook, there's even a photo mode, and then of course you can save and stuff. So let me show you guys some of the comment. We'll get into a random battle here like you do in normal Yakuza games. Which is how you... Ooh! You also can find random stuff on the ground too. Like these little lottery tickets. Which you can then turn in to try to win prizes, which is sweet. What you still have your random encounters and battles with people. You'll just randomly exploring and some dude will bump into you like, hey, what the hell are you doing? And next thing you know, the guy's trying to kick your ass, but you get to, you get to kick their ass instead. Alright. Oh, here's some dudes that are going to want to fight me now. Ruffians. Nice. And then you get rated too, so I got a B on attack, defense, and technique. And you get experience and you get money from defeating enemies. And the better that you do in the battle, meaning the less damage you take and counters and stuff, you actually earn more experience and you can earn more money. And then what I find funny in these battles is all these Yakuza games is like, you'll stab guys with swords and cut them or whatever, and then at the end they're not dead, they're just beat up, because you don't kill people in the Yakuza games, which I always found funny in these games. Not killing anybody, but you do all this crazy attacks to them, and then there's no damage to them at all. So here's another battle we'll get into. So outlaws. No, I'll show you. Like I can switch up my fighting and just use a sword now. And you gotta, get good with your blocking techniques and stuff, and counter moves and things like that. And then you can make them petrified from you with your skill. And of course, since I've been using up a leveled up sword, I'm doing a lot more damage than your base one, and that's thanks to having the DLC weapon, which I have this one, which isn't as good as my best one I have, but this one actually has a leech ability where it steals health from enemies to heal your character, which is really awesome. But I'm having a lot of fun with this. I'm really glad that I got to play the demo and check it out. If you guys are a fan of the Yakuza games, I highly recommend this Like a Dragon Ishin. It's a game that'll keep you busy for at least 40, 50 hours, especially if you try to do everything in it, and you can do multiple playthroughs. There was some controversy, again, with the DLC, like, the only way to get alternate outfits and stuff is by buying the DLC, but if you buy it used from GameFly like I did, you can get the DLC for $13, and for me, personally, it's worth it, as I love these games. I put a lot of hours into the Yakuza series over the years, so for me, to get this with all the DLC and stuff was completely worth it to me. But this might be one you may want to wait for it to go down on sale because it just came out here in January. But I've been having an absolute blast with it, and I highly recommend you guys check out Like a Dragon Ishin. Alright, so that was a look at Like a Dragon Ishin. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I am loving this game. So glad that I was able to add it to my collection and that I got it for under $30 with it. Such a new game. But that's what I love about GameFly is I can get games for cheap, and they always come with the DLC included because they don't give those out. So I was able to add the Japanese Swords and Cannons set because the DLC was not used, and I also got the RGG Studio little logo they included with the game. And I loved that we finally got to experience this lost Yakuza game that was only in Japan back in the day. It's really cool that they released it here as Yakuza has become more popular. It used to be really a niche thing, only like the diehards absolutely loved it. So the first two didn't do so well on PlayStation 2, and we're really surprised that they started releasing other ones here. It's really when Yakuza 0 came out that the series really took off in the rest of the world, and it's become very popular here in America. Not as popular as it is in Japan, but it's still a popular series. And it's so fun playing through this game. This is definitely one of those ones I know I'm going to get at least 50 or more hours out of, as I love these Yakuza games, and I like doing everything in them. I love the characters, the story, the setting. It's just a really fun game. They did a really good job, and publisher Sega, also did a good job. Now, there's that controversy with the DLC you'll hear about. There's some people really upset about the DLC. But if you don't want to deal with the DLC, just don't pay for it, and you can put, vote with your wallet and don't pay for it. For me, I thought for $13 it was worth it for the extra costumes and stuff for it, which I didn't mind paying because they make a product that I absolutely love, so I did not mind helping support them. Highly recommend picking up this Like a Dragon game if you love the Yakuza series and you like the samurai era. It's Yakuza, but with samurais. Awesome. So we'll do a quick little recap. We talked about Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition, an amazing first-person shooter, super violent gore, over the top, tons of crude humor and stuff. You can play as Duke Nukem with the Duke Nukem DLC, and he fits in the game so well. And then we also talked about Like a Dragon Ishin, an unreleased game in the Yakuza series, an awesome spin-off set in the samurai era, and it's just a really fun game that I think you guys would enjoy. Highly recommend both of these. Let me know your guys' thoughts if you played either of these two. I'd like to know about the games you guys are currently playing. And if you have a suggestion on the game you think I would enjoy playing, let me know. Always looking for new games to play and experience. I want to thank you guys for watching. Take care. You guys have an amazing day, and Sleepy will see ya next time.